What's going on? It's Neutral Corner. It's episode 9. And we here to shine. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot. We had some things happen during over the weekend.
Razor Rock.
And this cool breeze. Yeah, I forgot. You know. And we at it again, episode 9. We had some fights, some MMA, UFC fights this weekend. It just passed, and of course we already talked about Joshua and his fight. We got some more to talk about. We're gonna talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, mixing it up with a little mixed martial arts, a little MMA this weekend.
Yeah, we talking that MMA. Yeah, so it's a good fight.
Edwards versus Usman. I'm sure everybody check that out.
Edwards and Usman. It's a good fight. They said Edwards was you said you watched the whole fight. I just seen the highlights, so you probably get more about it.
Yeah, they had a little fight party for it. I watched the whole thing. Usman was winning the whole fight, and this is like at the end. This is kind of like how Meldrick Taylor lost to Julio Cesar Chavez. I mean, Meldrick Taylor was beating all the rounds, and had the fight in his hand. And then the last seconds of the fight, the last minutes of the fight, boom, Julio Cesar Chavez got him out of there. And that would have took away Julio Cesar Chavez's undefeated record. He was already like 70-something-0.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah. That's why Mayweather's don't like retiring with 50. Julio Cesar Chavez already went like 80-0 or something like that. I got to do the research, but before he lost to like Pernell Whitaker.
You gonna check on that research? Damn.
Or Frank Randall, one of them bulls took that O from him.
So he lost his O like.
But Usman, no, Usman already had one loss, but he was like the favorite in the fight. It's like I would compare it to Hasim Rahman and Lennox Lewis. But the fight actually played out like it played out, and he lost. He got knocked out in the last round, even though he was winning the whole fight. He was in his rhythm and everything.
Yeah, they say he was winning. He was winning every round.
Mm-hmm.
So hear me?
Yeah, yes, come through.
They say he was winning every round. It was like a Rocky movie. Like he just came back at the end.
But that's what Edwards does. So he didn't do his homework on Edwards. Edwards looks for that knockout kick and punch, and he saves that energy and gets that one hitter quitter. I mean, he's been on a winning streak. So this will be the third time they fight because they're gonna rematch this one.
Oh, they're gonna do a rematch.
Yeah, Usman, when he came to, he was pissed. He was mad at himself.
I know because he had it in the bag. He was winning every round. He won every round. Just that one kick. Mm-hmm. That one kick put him to sleep.
Yeah. Everybody. The announcers knew that this is what Edwards does.
Right.
So if you did your homework, you would have stayed away from, instead of trying to, you would have just take a step backwards.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to go to the side, he should have took a step backwards to avoid the kick. But he got feinted into out of position, and the kick followed.
It seemed like it's always the kick that do it. It's always a kick. That's what happened. Remember Ronda Rousey? She got that vicious kick. There's always a kick that just messes you up. You don't even see it coming.
Yeah, that's the strongest muscle, those leg muscles. So, but yeah, back to boxing. That's just a little MMA, thing.
Yeah. What's going on with Anthony Joshua, man? He makes a fool of himself in the ring and cries at the press conference. I mean, he grabs the microphone, and he start
saying that stuff.
Yeah, just like
telling his story. He telling the story of how he started and this and that. And
he's big, and they big people run out of energy and all. Look,
give it up to this man. He raised who the guy who the guy he was fighting? He raised his hand like he raised his hand like 5 times. He grabbed his hand and arm and raised his hand like he's a champ. He deserved. He just sounded like a sore loser with like just.
Now this is
his tactic. Yeah. I didn't get that.
This is the messiness of boxing and all the sports. Now you got this dude having a mental breakdown. Then you got Fury talking about if he fights Usyk, he wants $500 million. When did he start making $500 million?
That's a lot. That's
like, what these guys aren't even as famous as the people who like is he as famous as Mike Tyson? Like, because it's the fame that's to put the butts in the seats and get your pay-per-views up.
Yeah.
Like Tyson Fury, like let's be honest, the A side was Deontay Wilder. He wouldn't be half as famous if he didn't have those Deontay Wilder fights.
Yeah, that the win over Deontay Wilder, then the rematch, and then the
that's it. He made his most money with Deontay Wilder. Probably more than all the other fights combined.
That was his the best fight. Did he fight the no Klitschko's wasn't?
He beat Vladimir Klitschko. That's how he first got the belt.
Okay, so that was another name.
But then but it's still like he cheats. I mean, he's been taking. I just don't trust him. I think Tyson Fury been cheating his whole career. Like I think it's something in his diet.
It's a lot of stuff that came out about him with the especially with the first fight with the boxing gloves and
the gloves, the growth stuff, the enhancing drugs and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then the guy on the forum, I was just be hearing so much, man.
Yeah,
Tyson.
And then he's connected mob ties
with the mob.
Yeah, so I mean, it just don't make add up.
That 10 count, the count referee with that count.
Yeah, I
didn't like that either.
But I saw an interview with Wilder. He's looked like he was in good spirits still.
That's good. That's good.
So maybe you get and Wilder's going to fight one of his sparring partners in a few months, probably next month or a month or two.
I think Wilder can make a comeback in this heavyweight division.
And what I do want to see is I still want to see him and Joshua fight.
I do.
I mean, it's going to be his money. It's not going to be as big or anything, but I still want to see him and Joshua fight.
I still want to see that fight too. I still want to see Joshua fight. I
want to see him fight Joshua and Usyk. I think Wilder gets Hall of Fame if he fights Usyk and Joshua. I think if he gets those two fights, that'll solidify his career.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Because even for
if he win and get his get back, that'll be yeah.
And then get a 4 fight with Tyson Fury, a clean fight.
Yeah.
Clean.
That's a reach. I don't think they're going the 4 fight. You think that can happen?
No,
Tyson Fury. I don't think Tyson Fury going to take it.
Depends on if somebody get low on money. Depends on if somebody gets low on money. That's Tyson Fury more than likely. But what is that? Speaking of pricing yourself out with that $500 million, just Spence and
it's stuff I'm saying on YouTube. I'm ignoring them. I'm not clicking on them clickbaits. Now they saying, oh, he's about to sign. Bad news. He's not going to sign. He's about to sign. Oh, Spence was just messing around with Crawford. He was just lollygagging or like. I'm not clicking on that video. I'm not clicking on it because this is what they do. This is what they do.
Yeah.
Right here, where this channel right here, we gonna keep it real. We gonna keep it real. You gonna see. You seeing it right now. We gonna keep it real. We not. If we get some information, we gonna speak about the information we know about.
Yeah, and then speaking of that, when's the last time that we had to worry about, like when they said Tyson and Holyfield were going to fight, they ended up fighting. When they said Lennox Lewis Tyson were going to fight, they ended up fighting. The only fight that took forever to make was Pacquiao Mayweather.
Yeah, that was.
I hate for this to become Pacquiao Mayweather because it looked like if they don't fight this year or maybe early next year, people are not going to be as interested. Because remember, Pacquiao, he came off a knockout from Marquez.
You kind of breaking up.
So, yeah, you too. Testing.
Mic check. Mic check. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah. Okay, it's catching back up.
Yeah, I just heard my echo.
So it was a slight delay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, but Pacquiao Mayweather could have been bigger if Mayweather would have fought him a lot sooner. Because I mean, you had that Marquez knockout. So now after that hype, I mean, it still made a lot of money. But if that Marquez knockout didn't happen in between it, it could have been bigger.
Yeah, that is all. And what was his record? Was he undefeated before that knockout?
No, he wasn't undefeated.
Or he lost.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, but he lost some early fights. He only had like 1 or 2 losses, when he was like 119 and all that low bantamweight stuff.
Yeah.
But like they need to stop playing around because I mean, I keep hearing about Earl versus Stanionis or maybe Earl just going to 154. Okay, so what if they both go to 154?
Yeah, that's exactly. That's what I was about to say. Because Terrence talking about going to 154 to fight Charlo. Yeah. So if Earl and Terrence maybe they meet up at 154 and fight.
But it's stupid. What is Terrence doing? Like, what are they doing? I mean, it's the same promotional company as I mean, okay, it's still going through Al Heyman. It's to fight Jamal Charlo. It's still the same, it's all the same basically the same companies. So like they're gonna still give you you're not gonna get paid.
I'm about to start reaching out to these fighters and the trainers and everybody. We need some answers. We need some answers.
Just get the deal done.
Like, yeah, it's like you giving us the runaround. You giving the fans the runarounds.
Like, I mean, I know I'm going by the he said, she said, but, Earl's used to getting the pay-per-view money and money off the back end. Terrence is used to getting money up front. He's used to being on a salary. Like, I want this much for the fight. Earl's used to like, okay, I'm going to get this percentage of the back end. That's all. But see, Terrence need to realize, like, that way wasn't working. That's why you're not promotable. That's why your pay-per-views just suck. Stop doing it. Yeah. Your way isn't working. That's why Bob
Arum did.
Yeah, so you gotta do it this way, and then let them do it. The way they can get you money. Like they're not going to steer you the wrong way.
Yeah, straight losing money. Bob Arum say straight.
I mean, to be honest, I mean they saying I'm hearing Al Heyman is holding up the fight and all that stuff. But when has Al Heyman really steered anybody wrong? You always hear people giving them their credit. Mayweather, Al Heyman gave him that advice. He's their advisor. Set up the money, like they get man. You don't hear Earl complaining about no money. I mean,
yeah, right.
He should have. I know he's not a businessman, and that he have no interest on that side of the fence.
It makes me wonder, like, do he really want this fight? Like, is somebody ducking somebody, or somebody just?
You're gonna start having your fans doubt you. If he don't get the Spence fight, his fans gonna doubt him.
It's like who's dragging their feet? Somebody's dragging their feet.
Yeah, because like this is going to frustrate people.
Frustrated.
Yeah,
it's getting frustrated.
Yeah,
really
because
is.
I don't want to hear about it until it's a date, an official date.
Yeah, then we're gonna be on this joint talking. I can't. Yeah. Man, I'm just mad. I'm mad. Like the boxing,
like we can't even
boxing
debate
is
until it's a date.
boxing is making me mad. Yeah, cause we already had our we had little debates, but it wasn't. You know what I mean,
Yeah,
boxing is making me mad.
and that's what we're anxious to get to, debating. Like, okay, I think that he's gonna win because of this.
And it's gonna get closer. We're going like, yo, it's gonna be so hype. It's so hype, man. I'm just praying that it happens. I'm just praying this would be so disappointing if that fight never happen. That'd be disappointing. Bro, like, come on.
And just I'm thinking right now, it's like how many people who don't have a fight set up right now? Ryan Garcia just came off a fight, so he don't have a fight set up right now.
It's a lot of people like
that don't have a fight set up right now. I don't think Frank Martin have a fight set up right now. These are 135 pounders that could, let's see who's the best. Haney got to fight Kambosos again.
Rematch, yeah.
So Tio just came off a fight. Regis Prograis got a fight coming up soon. So I mean, Josh Taylor, I don't think he got a fight. So maybe Regis can re-up with Josh Taylor.
That's a good and also
Gary Antoine Russell.
Also, boxing fans, look out for this kid coming up. His name Dorian Khan Jr., super featherweight division. Teenage, young, like probably 18, 19 coming up. He sharp.
He's still a prospect.
Yeah, he's sharp. I think he only got he 2-0. He 2-0. So he's
already cool.
Yeah, he just started fighting pro, 2-0. Yeah, so Dorian Khan Jr.
Like some of these fights just be neat. I'm just like irritated. Like, okay, so we know Haney, what's his name, activated his rematch card. So, and talking about he'll retire if he loses to Haney again.
He said that. I seen that. He said that. Whoa. That's how Kambosos. I guess this is gonna be the end of him because Devin gonna get him again, man.
I mean, that's good. Well, he accomplished everything he's going to accomplish in the sport.
But he gonna fight his ass off because he want.
I don't see him being better.
But I do see this next fight. I see it being more of a. I see a fight. I see him putting it all out there. Kambosos just putting it all out there. He going to swing for the fences.
Yeah, but then he might set himself up to get knocked out because he's already slower. He's not as elusive. Haney got the arm reach on him. Like it was like nothing he could do. He's going to try to do something that he can't do. He's just not built to beat Haney.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't even built to beat Tio. He got it was just his day.
Yes.
I mean, he's accomplished the most he overachieved in his career because he got to have those belts. So yeah, he was a unified champ. So he overachieved for his career. I mean, and he wasn't going to have a successful title defense. I mean, because like, okay, who's he going to be? Do we think he could beat Lomachenko? Do we think if Tio wanted to?
Okay, so who can Kambosos beat?
I don't got him beating Pitbull Cruz. I don't have him beating Frank Martin.
No.
He was a tune-up. He was basically
was he a tomato can?
He was a tune-up champion.
A tune-up champion.
The same way Pacquiao lost his belt to that other Australian.
Jeff Horn.
Yeah, he was.
Jeff Horn was a tune-up champion.
Yeah, Jeff Horn, Kambosos, they're tune-up champions.
Oh, that's the new name for that. Tune-up champion. A tune-up champion. You're a champ, but keep my belts warm. Hold my belts warm.
Yeah, because they lose immediately the next fight.
It is like that.
They weren't even supposed to have that belt. Just like Buster Douglas. He beat Tyson you knew the next person he was going to take that L too.
They be like, ooh, a belt. They them wolves be on them. The wolves be on them.
It was his day. I seen Rockman got that lucky win on Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis came back, boom, got him.
Yeah, it's
Rockman for Holyfield.
I still want Tio to get his rematch with Kambosos. I want him to get his win back. Cause there's certain fights, like I know this fighter will beat that fighter, but I don't know, they just underestimate their opponent or just take them lightly, or the game plan is all fucked up and they just end up losing. But
because I know fighters be feeling unfulfilled when they take that loss, elite fighters. Like I know Oscar De La Hoya feel like he needed to run it back with Felix Trinidad. Because that was a close fight. And he ran the last 2 or 3 rounds. So back in the day, they have a trilogy, 3 fights, and whoever win the 2 out of the 3. I mean,
so you're a little older than me. I want to ask you about the Sugar Ray Leonard and Hitman Hearns fight. Was that like people comparing that to Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence?
Yeah. They fought a few times. I wasn't really in tune with those fights because I think when that was going down, I was moving around a lot. Okay. But let me see the record versus each other. I think I know Sugar Ray beat him Hearns the first time, and then Hearns might have beat Leonard the second time. But Hagler was the one who was versus Leonard.
That was another one I was hearing.
Hagler, he retired because he felt like he got robbed because Sugar Ray was running around after the last few rounds. Sugar Ray did just enough to win. It's like Hagler was disappointed. Like his punches counted more. His punches had way more. Like it's like Sugar Ray was a whole bunch of pitter patter punches. Like they didn't do anything. It's like you're fighting somebody and pillow fists. You fight somebody who's they're connecting, but they don't. You don't feel them.
Just tagging you up, tagging you up. Looking pretty while you doing it, tagging you up.
Like
he'll do a move like this. He'll put his hand in the air and.
I feel like it was a slap boxing match to him. It's like amateurs. That stuff don't.
So you're saying Hagler was just connecting and hitting him with some shit, like bow, hitting him with some hard punches.
Yeah. But I mean, Sugar Ray was using the speed. But I mean, the judges, and that's why. But Hagler ended up retiring and going overseas. He got so sick with it because he just felt robbed.
Well, I guess that's what Kambosos feeling like. But the difference between Kambosos, he lost that fight clearly. It's no you got robbed.
Okay, so Hearns and Leonard 3, it was a draw.
Damn.
But they felt Hearns won. The announcers thought Hearns won.
Yeah, I think I watched it once. I watched some highlights. I think I watched it a few times. Like one time, I'm gonna have to do some more homework and watch it again because Sugar Ray Leonard and Hitman Hearns is like, I put them in like top 5 welterweights.
Oh, I think they had 2 draws in a row, if I'm not mistaken, from what I'm reading right now. They had 2 draws in a row.
2 draws.
Yeah. See, but Hagler knocked him out. Knocked out Hearns, the Hitman. You going powerful.
So I'm watching all these old fights.
That's and Hagler knocked out Roberto Duran too.
Roberto Duran.
Yeah, Hagler knocked him out, but
damn. And then Sugar Ray Leonard had like 3 fights with him too, right?
Yeah.
And
that was like the golden era boxing. Yeah, Ryan Barkley. He was a good fighter back then. I liked him, and I think he got a
You broke up for one quick set. You broke up. Resume it. All right. So, what you were saying about Bart? You said something about Barkley.
Oh yeah, Iran Barkley. He was another fighter who was pretty good back then. You know, and this is the Mayweather era too. Roger Mayweather and Floyd Sr.
Oh, okay, yeah. Did Roger Mayweather and Floyd Sr. They fight? They fought at welterweight or
they fought around the welterweights and stuff like that because they fought Sugar Ray Leonard. They were part of the 80s, you know, in the 80s and fighting and stuff like that. But yeah, that was the golden era of the welterweight division, and see, Hagler was middleweight, so it's kind of like Hearns Hagler was kind of like Kell Brook coming up to fight Triple G. Hagler was good.
Hearns Hagler was like you said, like Kell Brook fighting Triple G, and Triple G was Hagler.
Hearns. I mean Hagler. Yeah, you're right. Hagler.
Triple G would have been Hagler.
Because Hagler's
Hitman Hearns would have been Kell Brook coming up.
He gained weight. He had to get bigger to, you know, and Hagler was already at 160.
Yeah, Hitman. They say he hit hard. He's a hard hitter.
Yeah, he's a hard hitter.
That's why they called him Hitman Hearns. Yeah.
But you go watch that fight, the Hagler Hearns fight. It's only 2 rounds, and then that's an all-time fights. They just going back and forth, exchanging bombs. That's
the fight. That's the fight I like to say. And Hagler knocks him out.
Yeah, he knocked that Jerry Curl juice right out. Like you see it like
oh. Hagler and Hearns, man. Yo, all right, yeah. That's some homework. We'll watch these old fights.
Yeah, but Sugar Ray he would go toe to toe with you, but he would use his speed. Bah, 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 bah. Like he'd be in the middle, and then he would stick and move. See, he was frustrating Hagler because he would stick, pop, 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 and then run away. Pop, 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 then run away.
And Hagler just had to chase him down. He was the bigger fighter. So
So you know, you fight your style of fight. You know, you're not gonna knock Hagler out.
Use your speed, your in and out, take advantage of your movement, your footwork.
Because speed beats power. But what can beat speed is timing. Timing beats speed. So if you time it, bam, that's how you can catch that. You can catch them.
Yeah. Speed beats power.
Like, you know, Sugar Shane Mosley was very, very fast. He was speed. Sugar Shane Mosley. Winky Wright beat him because his timing. Because Shane Mosley was way faster than Winky Wright.
Winky Wright was nice too. I remember Winky Wright.
So Winky his timing was nice. So he had to time it. Because he wasn't faster. He wasn't. And Winky Wright is not necessarily like a strong power. You know, he's not no knockout artist, but he was like defensive, and he was. You know, his timing was great.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's a lot of people, a lot of great fighters throughout the times that, you know, and how the styles make fights.
Yeah.
But okay, so so who you got for the middleweights? Who's your top?
Oh no, we said we was doing welterweights.
Oh, welterweight, yeah. Who's your top 5 welterweights all time?
You know I gotta throw Sugar Ray Leonard in there, Floyd Mayweather Jr., Terrence Bud Crawford, Tommy Hitman Hearns, and Earl Spence Jr. I mean, and they all got style, man. They all got style. But I'm definitely
don't forget that like here's some more welterweights that I could just name off. Sugar Ray Robinson.
Robinson.
Manny Pacquiao, Pernell Whitaker. Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah.
Roberto Duran, Canelo Alvarez, Felix Trinidad, Miguel Cotto. Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, Kell Brook.
Yeah.
Sugar Shane Mosley.
Sugar Shane was over. I almost was gonna say Sugar Shane too. Damn, I was gonna say Sugar Shane, but that was Sugar Shane was that boy, man.
I mean, they got Danny Garcia in there, Mike Donna, Tim Bradley, Virgil Ortiz, Boots. It's too early.
But too early, yeah, but too early. But he definitely probably can make the next generation in my top. He definitely in the top 10.
So my favorite fighter ever is Sugar Ray Robinson. So he's number 1.
Sugar Ray Robinson. I gotta do homework more because that's like an older fighter. I gotta do homework on Robinson.
So Sugar Ray Robinson, that's my first. That's first for me. And then Sugar Ray Leonard. The Sugar is the first top 2.
So if Sugar Ray Robinson and Sugar Ray Leonard would ever fight, if they both is in their prime, who you think?
Oh no, Ray Robinson would dominate because he got that speed, but his power, he would hands of stone.
Speed and power.
Yeah, he was just as fast as Sugar Ray, and that's who Muhammad Ali was styled himself after. That's who Muhammad Ali looked up to. He like the way Sugar Ray Robinson was fighting. He didn't want to fight like slow mid heavyweights. He wanted to move around like float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Yeah, that's all Robinson.
I mean, Floyd is up there, but I'm just not a fan of watching his fights.
But he's in your top 5 though. Because I guess his defense.
Yeah, top 5 all time. I mean, but favorite 5 and top 5 are 2 different things.
Okay.
But yeah, as far as top 5, Floyd Mayweather. But I would still put him after Tommy Hearns and a prime Sugar Shane Mosley. Because I think if before Sugar Shane Mosley in his prime, Mosley would
prime Sugar Shane. That's I swear, man. I was thinking about him when I was doing my top 5. I feel like I want to change it. I feel like I want to change my top 5 and put Sugar Shane in there, because I know and take time.
And I want to put Felix Trinidad in there.
Damn.
Tito.
Wait, is that how many is that so far?
Let me see. I got both Sugars. I got 3 Sugars. Sugar Shane Mosley. So I got.
He got 3 Sugars.
3 Sugars, Hearns, and Mayweather.
So you're not putting Earl in your top 5? He's your
it's
top
still a
5
little bit.
favorite.
It's still a little bit more.
Too early.
It's not really. I mean, he's fought names, but if he get this Terrence Crawford fight, that'll solidify it for me. But see, the difference is Sugar Ray Leonard done fought 20. Like, I can't give you top 5 if you have under 40 fights. Mayweather has 50. Sugar Ray Robinson got over 100. So
over 100.
And I'm wondering, how would he do against Tommy Hearns? How would I don't know. I don't know how he would do against Tommy Hearns. How would Earl Spence do against Tommy Hearns and them? I mean, I know he can spar. They can have a great spar match with Floyd Mayweather.
I think Earl would do good with Tommy Hearns.
And Trinidad. So I don't like Trinidad is Felix Trinidad is like number 6 for me. And then I will put Earl Spence.
I think Sugar Ray
And then Pernell Whitaker.
Terrence Crawford, Pernell Whitaker, his defense, and
Pernell
Mayweather
versus Floyd. Yeah.
Pernell versus Floyd Mayweather.
Mm-hmm.
They just gonna be dodging each other's punches all day. A whole they're gonna be dancing the whole time.
Yeah.
Pernell Whitaker, he like to get low. His D like to get real low, and you can't hit him. You can't like punch downwards and hit him.
Miguel Cotto. How can we sleep on Miguel Cotto?
No, you can't sleep on Miguel. I like Cotto. Cotto was tough. He was tough.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, Cotto. I mean, Cotto and Trinidad, the best Puerto Rican fighters, you know.
Yeah.
The top two coming out like that's where I'm at with it. Let me see. No, do I got Cotto over Sugar Shane, Prime Sugar Shane?
No. Hell no. No, because if Cotto for Sugar Shane, they both was in a prime. Sugar Shane would tag Cotto the fuck up, and he'll beat him up every round. Cotto, he a tough fighter. He'll slug it out with you, but I don't think he's catching Shane. Shane gonna be boop, 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 boop. Shane was so quick, his punches were so quick.
I mean, they fought.
Oh, they did fight, but was it who?
It wasn't the prime, because
Cotto
already took loss to Vernon Forrest. Yeah, Cotto won.
Cotto beat him. Yeah. Damn.
See, and then Cotto beat him, but then he lost to Maidana because Maidana put that stuff in his gloves, and then Shane Mosley beat Maidana down. And then Cotto came back and beat Maidana down. I mean, no, not Maidana. Who was that? That put the stuff in his gloves. Who put the stuff in the gloves that beat Cotto?
I remember that Cotto was all beat. His face was all beat up. He had like some bricks or something in his gloves. Some crazy shit. Who was that?
I'm about to see. I'm trying to remember. Dang, because that was he was tough.
Who cheated on Miguel Cotto with gloves? Biggest cheat.
Cheated on
Miguel Cotto. Margarito.
Yeah.
Margarito.
Yeah. And that's when he had Nassim Richardson from Philly, the trainer, as his trainer, the same trainer for Bernard Hopkins. Rest in peace. Nassim Richardson. He was checking those gloves like, oh, what's up with this? And then he had to put on the regular gloves, and then that's why he took that L.
So who came back and beat him? He said Madonna came back and beat that guy that cheated.
Margarito lost. Cotto came back and beat Margarito after that.
Cotto came back and beat him?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Get your win back. Yeah, get hit with one of his punches and was like, damn, what they got?
That was lumping him up for no reason. That's why I'm looking at. That's why I was looking at Tyson Fury. Like, you're lumping up Deontay Wilder when you never were lumping up nobody else. All of a sudden, now you're this power puncher. You're giving Wilder lumps in his head. You never lump nobody else up.
Crazy. And the gloves was like this. He hit him in the back of his head. He just lost his whole equilibrium.
Yeah,
that whole fight, he had the back of his air. The whole fight he wasn't right. The whole fight. But then the fight after that, they fought 3 times, right?
Mm-hmm.
That third fight, I was like, man, I'm just thinking he just can't beat him, man.
Yeah, I didn't even watch it. Even though the round before he got stopped, he dropped him. He dropped him again. Yeah. He dropped Fury again.
He dropped Fury twice. That was the first fight, right? The first fight.
The last fight he dropped him.
The third one?
He dropped him in the third fight too. I think he just ran out of gas.
Yeah, he just ran out of gas. He just couldn't get that. He just couldn't pull that off. And that was like, I wanted Wilder to win so bad because I didn't want Wilder to lose, and I didn't want Joshua to lose until they fought each other. But now they killed the hype a little bit. But like you said, I still want to see that fight too. But they definitely killed the hype a little bit. That's why I don't want that. I want Earl to win all his fights and Terrence to win all his fights until they meet each other.
Well, this was supposed to be it. Now I think Earl's gonna be so frustrated that he might not even want to fight Terrence because it's feeling like a Keith Thurman situation.
Yeah, you see how they treating Keith Thurman right now.
And look at Keith Thurman.
They like, we're not fighting. Go fight Boots. Go fight Boots because we don't want to fight you. That's how they treat. That's how they treat Keith Thurman.
Because he's still doing that nutty stuff like, oh, I want $10 million if I fight Boots. Send over the contract. Give me $10 million to fight Boots.
He's tripping.
My dude, you
tripping, dog.
Did you ever put $10 million to fight Barrios?
Fighting a prospect. You're not fighting. Come on, ain't no belts on the line. You tripping? Yeah,
he was like, come on. You talking about you're not no gatekeeper? Then prove it. Like, okay, we're gonna give you $10 million. We're gonna give you $15 million, a 2-fight deal. We're gonna give you a 2-fight deal. You fight Boots and you fight Virgil Ortiz. Like a 2-fight deal. You get the $10 million for the first fight, but the second fight, you can get a lot more. But you gotta you gotta win this fight.
That should get back. That'd be Keith Thurman's get back if he could. If he could win them fights, that'd be his get back for real.
So he want to fight Ugas, just so he can have a third measuring stick against Spence.
That's all. He want to see it, but and compare. Yup, doesn't want to compare that shit. Niggas think he's slick.
You got Danny Garcia and you already fought Danny Garcia. Both fought Danny Garcia. And y'all already both fought Sean Porter. What else you need? Fight him.
Yeah, you see how them fights went.
Like the nutty stuff is just annoying. I mean, Keith Thurman, he was one of my favorites coming up, but then I just lost so much respect. Because who does these moves like him? I'm just trying to remember. Who's the last fighter you remember ducking like this? I mean, Lomachenko's people duck for him, and so do Canelo's people. They pick and choose and they duck, but Keith Thurman's ducking himself. How you go out?
I used to love Keith Thurman, man. One
Danny
time.
Garcia? How you fight Sean Porter and Danny Garcia and Manny Pacquiao and don't want to fight Earl Spence and don't want to fight Boots?
One time.
When it comes to those fighters, but you done fought people already.
Fight one of these hungry lions. One time. You know what I mean? You gotta show us that I don't think he's hungry no more. I don't think he got that hunger no more. Because you gotta show us that you're still hungry. Fight another hungry lion. Show him that you really want this shit. I don't think he's hungry no more, man. That's what I can say about that. And like you said, he's trying to cash himself out. He want this much, that much. Trying to get a payday. Trying to get a good payday.
Yeah, Earl's trying to get.
He still can fight. He still can fight, but I still got him giving these guys a good fight. But he gonna get paid at the end of the day. He gonna get his money too with that. And he's the type of fighter that needed to. I don't like him going into these big fights. I think he needed a tune-up fight for real.
See, now that's what the stuff that makes Earl look so much better. Earl said, "I don't need a tune-up."
Yeah, he come right at you. He fight whoever's on top after the car accident.
After the car accident, he fights Danny Garcia. After his eye socket comes apart, he fights Ugas.
Yeah,
the Ugas that beat Manny Pacquiao, not the Ugas who,
Yeah, Earl's he's a tough motherfucker. He's a tough fighter. Cause I remember seeing Earl videos of him going body to body with
with that heavyweight dude.
Yeah, with heavyweights and shit, like going street fights. I'm talking about street on a block, street fights. No gloves, hitting each other's body, and the bigger guy gave out first. So yeah, and they call him they call Earl the body snatcher. So he a tough fighter. I mean,
and then the fight that with the Omar Figueroa, he just got lost. Lipinets knocked him out.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Was that the fight Broner was supposed to be
fighting? That was supposed to be Broner fighting Omar Figueroa.
So Lipinets took his place.
Yeah.
Lipinets knocked him out.
Yep. The same Lipinets that they said that Boots knocked out.
Yeah.
The same Lipinets that Boots knocked out. So now that makes them Boots look better.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn. That was Figueroa's return too back into the sport, because he was inactive for a while.
And he's pissed because he was working out. Omar Figueroa was pissed because he was working out to fight Broner, but then at the last minute he had to fight Lipinets, which he didn't train for.
Yeah.
Man, you should be ready for anything.
Yeah.
Should have been ready for anything. Lipinets was ready.
You gotta adapt. You gotta know how to adapt.
Lipinets had to fight out of nowhere, and he just came off of basically a Boots loss, getting knocked out by Boots, basically.
Yeah, he needed his get back. So that too, man.
So that's me. So Boots fighting these high level. The last 3 fights, I think, were like higher level fighters. People with like 1 loss or real good records. But he's not going to get no fight until these people he might as well fight a Rashidi Ellis or Virgil.
Rashidi Ellis.
They're going to hide Virgil Ortiz from him. They say he's not. They say he's like a year away from. They say Virgil Ortiz is like a year away from fighting Boots.
Rashidi Ellis, his name about to start ringing bells because he doing some damage out there. His name gonna be in the mix real soon.
Boots will shut that down.
I don't know. I don't know. But the Philly in me, Boots. But it's a good fight, man.
Boots will shut that down. I think Boots will get him by knockout.
Damn.
7th round. Boots hasn't been past the 6th round.
He haven't been past the 6th round yet since he been fighting.
30 fights. Hasn't been past. 30 fights.
He's gifted. Damn, Boots. They stop running from this lion. Stop ducking this hungry lion. Boots he got one more fight.
He got one more fight than Earl Spence do. But they won't give him high
What's
level.
up, Blair? What's up, Blair Flair? What's up? Let's go. Let's get in the ring, Boots.
That's not no name.
Woo!
That's a tune-up.
He talked that talk. He sparred with Devin Haney. He was like, "Man, you weak, man."
Yeah, but he sparred with Boots, and he ran out the ring.
Oh, I heard the stories. I heard it. I heard about that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's light work. That's easy work.
Yo, I think if sparring was shown, like how fights are shown on TV, if they just show sparrings, that boxing would be fun with sparring.
In Philly, you're gonna go through the spar wars. You're gonna go through a lot of wars at different gyms. Different. Everybody's trying to posture and compete. You got a lot of people getting out of jail. You go think they did something in jail and then they get out and they're fighting people who just been there. We grew up slap boxing, so we all like that. Slap boxing prepares us for for style and the defense and.
We used to always slap box.
Slap boxing make you sharp.
That used to be our shit. Slap boxing, man. Yeah, Philly slap. Yeah.
Like every kid slap boxing, making them sharp.
Yeah.
Even if you weren't good,
tagged up.
Like, you go somewhere else, you be the sharpest kid because you know other people weren't doing that.
I used to slap boxers one boy all the time in the jump room at jump class, and this other guy used to always slap box. That shit was fun, man. It was sharp and still sharp and still.
What used to piss me off about slap boxing is my ear be red. If somebody get smack your ear,
yeah.
What? You be sitting in class, like the teacher asking you a question, like,
yeah. Like, it's just
like slap box the teacher.
You know, you always gotta make the sound like. You always had to make that sound when you slap box. Like, why you gotta make that sound with your mouth? Like, I don't know why we did that, but we like, oh yeah, I caught you. Oh, caught you. Yo,
we were cats.
Yeah, those are memories, man. King reflexes, swift like a cat in there, just.
Yeah, basically that's just like a very hard shadow boxing, basically a tough level of shadow boxing, basically. So you know, we all had hands.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of it. Everybody slap box.
You think is that worldwide or just? I mean, East Coast, West. You think everybody?
Some other cities did it, but we only know what we know.
Yeah, I wonder if they call that slap box everywhere. Like I know.
When I was in high school, we would slap to the head, but punch to the body. Body boxing too.
That makes sense. Damn, and that's one thing when we used to slap box, I never went to the body because I never went to the body. We used to always face.
Yeah, we mixed it up with slap and body boxing.
That was smart. See, y'all did it smarter than we did it. I mean, you're a little older than me, but never hit to the body. Man.
Yeah, we did the punching, the fist to the body. But then some people, when they're doing the body, that uppercut slip and hit you on your chin, you getting like,
oh yeah, yeah. That's
like my fault.
Like you really stole me. Like I mean, I really got sucked in here.
That's why we knew how to eat. We knew how to eat those bare knuckles.
Yeah, damn. How about that? Only I remember me getting like punches to the body was when we played suicide. Anybody from Philly, yeah, know what suicide is. You throw the tennis ball on the wall, catch it. If you catch it, you good. And then it's your turn to throw the ball on the wall.
And people were like they were side punch you. They punch you like bang.
So for people on YouTube that don't know, if you miss it, then you gotta run to the wall and say suicide. You gotta hit the wall, touch the wall, and say suicide. But it won't be easy to get to that wall because everybody that's playing gonna be trying to hit you to the body and stopping you from going to that wall. And you better get to that wall because they're gonna just keep beating you the fuck up if you don't get to that wall.
And nobody's holding back. Not even your friend.
Yeah, and we punch with our we try. Oh, I remember them. Yeah, that was the game, right? That was the game.
Doing it like you hate each other.
Let the boys be boys. That's the tough shit. That toughen you up.
You hit your friends like you hate them.
Yeah. No, I believe on Fraser Street. I mean, on my old block, I believe we did get in a few fights like that. A few fights broke out like that. Like, yo, man, no, you like you said, we hitting each other like we hate each other. Like, well, I couldn't wait to hit you. Like, oh, you want to play? Like, you see somebody you ain't really like or something, you be like, oh, you want to play? Oh yeah, I can't wait to hit home. Like, oh, body shot, stomach shot, rib shot. You just got that and you also learning your defense when you playing that game because you like, oh, you ain't trying to get hit, you trying to run to the wall and do your blocks.
Pushing, running, pushing, like you're playing football.
Yeah, that was fun. And you know how the fight started? Cause it'd be like you said, when you throw to the body and accidentally hit them in the face, like hit somebody in the face. That's how some of the fights broke out. Like, yo, you hit me in my face. That was too close to my face. Like, fights break out.
And slap boxing also kind of determined what level you were at, like in the classroom or whatever. Like if somebody thought they could beat somebody, but y'all didn't have no beef or whatever, but you could learn from slap boxing, like, okay, that's not somebody I want to fight because they heavy handed. Like I'll slap people with like heavy hands. Like, all right, if we fought,
let them know from the gate, like, man, you don't mess with my hands.
Yeah. And it gives you like, okay, this dude is fast, but he can't, somebody got quick hands. Like, okay, so I'm gonna have to, like, if we really had to throw down, I'm gonna have to just, I can't, all that tagging and stuff. I'm gonna have to grip him up with one arm.
Yeah. Hey, that's how.
I'm gonna have to step on his foot so he can't run around and tag me on.
Hey, that's how I be. That's how I go. You gotta, you learn your opponent. You definitely start learning your opponent in the video. Yeah.
But all right, we put in some good work today.
Hey, we did, yo. We put in some good work. That was fun talking about the back in the day boxing, slap boxing, and stuff that we used to do. So yeah, and people that's watching gonna know that this is Neutral Corner.
Like, share, subscribe.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Comment.
Leave a comment if you would. I mean, how you want to talk about? Leave a comment about your slap boxing back in the day. Or how y'all fight, play games, suicide. If y'all ever had any games like that.